And I know you just had a book out that you were on the show today to be talking about that as a guest, but now as a
I'm like a player coach today.
Yeah.
I'm like the old Babe Ruth days when you go, you're playing first and I'm hitting third or whatever. Yeah, my book Operating on Faith is out. Came out a couple months ago with Loyola Press, and it's a book about my faith journey during that very difficult year in 2013, where I almost died in the hospital and then had to sort of overcome that. Sort of modern day Job story, but it's also a love story about marriage, my first year of marriage. So happy to share it.
It's pretty amazing. I only had a little taste of it. I knew you were very sick, but didn't really realize how sick you were. But yeah, talk about that too. Having something like that, having a major crisis like that early in a marriage as well, what was it like?
My wife took the vow of in sickness and in health. And the hope is that you get more of the health than the in sickness. And again, we're in our honeymoon period, right?
Yeah.
You get married, at least the first year is supposed to be all gravy, all wonderful fireworks and roses and parades, right?
Yeah.
Using a lot of metaphors there, figurative language. And the first 2 months, I was in the hospital, out of work for 40 days, had a giant cut down my stomach with 40 staples in it. I was a real crab to be around, lost about 50 pounds. And then when I got better from my stomach surgery, I went and broke my foot during the worst winter in New England history and couldn't shovel. And my poor wife, she still loved me. And again, that's the depths of the sacrament of marriage. It's the depths of love, and something I got to see in my wife that I probably wouldn't have got to see had this not happened. The learning about that kind of love at an early stage was a really beautiful thing.
Yeah. And I guess it's good to get that stuff out of the way at the beginning.
Yeah, I know maybe. She loves me when I'm at my most unlovable. And let me tell you something. I don't know how I look every day. My hair is always crazy, but I looked really bad. Like I look like a skeleton. I had this weird beard, and she still, she gave me a kiss at night. So that meant something, all right. She's a good person. I think she's DVRing this episode now. So, honey, I love you. Thank you.
And this is your second book, and this is. Writing for you, what's that like? I mean, what you're writing about is personal. It's kind of you're bearing your soul. You're opening up your book. What's that like to sort of put yourself out there?
Well, I had good practice here at Catholic TV. I mean, I started at Catholic TV, I think about 6 years ago, doing these little Word with Weber video things, and that kind of helped me reflect on my life as a Catholic, as a young Catholic, and put those together as 1 or 2 minute Andy Rooney style clips. And then that kind of evolved into more long form writing, and writing scripts for the Lens, and then writing books. So it's actually something I enjoy. It's a form of journaling because it is memoir based, and it's a form of just praying too. At the end of the night, sit down, write about how you experience God in a very Ignatian way through your day. It's actually a great joy.
And Lens is something that you've been doing now for, 27, 28 episodes?
Something like that. I lost count after 3.
What's that been like for you to be able to sort of, and you work full time, you're able to do the Lens and do some writing, and what's it like to put that all together and keep it going?
It's like juggling, but I enjoy juggling. Yeah. And we have a great team on the Lens. Again, Kevin Yu, Peter, our director, Adam, our editor, Helen, Charles, awesome. I couldn't ask for better people to be on screen with. Jay and Father support it so well. Everyone else, people running the Chiron, everyone, it's a real community event. Yeah. And that's why it's like the Lens to me is coming every 2 weeks to Catholic TV and hanging out with friends. And if we can have some fun, if we can inspire people, if we can share some good stories, then it doesn't feel like work, Kevin. And like right now, you're kind of getting paid for this, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit. It's fun, and it's nice to talk about faith and God and share our days with all of our viewers at home and good people like yourself.
Yeah. Well, if people want to, it's usually where we get into
shameless plug.
Yeah. Where can people find the book?
Interesting you asked. Operating on Faith is available wherever fine books are sold. You can get it at Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, Loyola Press's website. If you just type in Operating on Faith, Matt Weber in Google, whatever's easiest for people. Or if they see me on the street, there's a good chance I've got a couple copies in my bag.
Wow.
Autographed for a discount.
Okay.
Shipping and handling not included.
That's great. So you want to be looking for Matt when you're out walking around.
If you see me out there, I've probably got a couple books on me.